All right, guys, we are back with round one hat format at Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got a hat mirror match between Donnell Dnasty on the left and YCS champion Denis Nadas on the right. So this is our first hat tournament of 2025. So we'll see how it goes. Donnell currently has 8 wins on the channel, while Denis has 5. Now Denis has 4 wins in hat, 1 in Edison, while Donnell's wins have come 7 of Donnell's wins have come in Edison and 1 in Tengu. So if he can win this tournament, he would have won in 3 of the 4 formats we have featured on the channel, which I think only a few people have won in 3 formats. I think John and I are the only ones. Yeah. So Denis dualities for Call the Haunted, reveals duality and Traptrix Dianea. Now, who am I going to root for on this match? I'm a root for Donnell because currently Denis and I are tied for the most wins in hat format with 4 apiece. But Denis has made the finals 1 more time than I have, but he plays way less than I do, so got to give him credit. Yeah, not even close. Like, I play in every single hat tournament while he kind of stopped playing for a while. Denis plays everything. He plays Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And Lorcana. And he's done well in both. He topped a YCS in Europe recently, and he also topped a big Lorcana tournament. He's the man. All right, so Murmillo, 4 back rows. Donnell sets a monster. Sets 3 back row, passes to Denis. He summons Karkar D. Now, will he keep the Murmillo in attack mode? Let's see. Karkar sets a 5th back row. Tributes Karkar, draws 2. Passes back to Donnell. It's funny because Donnell hasn't really played much hat. He usually shows up because our hat tournaments are on Saturdays right after the Edison local. So I think like lately he'll play the Edison local and then he won't stay for the hat local. Some people play both like me. Okay, so here Donnell summons the Ice Hand. Also, Donnell's playing on my mat. I let him borrow my mat. I told him he just can't play on the Yugi side. All right, Ice Hand attacks into Murmillo for 200. Let's see, what will Denis? Does he have a response? Targets the Ignition, so he's going to have to skip his battle phase. The next one. Yeah, he'll have to skip his next battle phase. Let's hope they remember. I'm going to put the dice right here so I can try and remember. All right. So what will Donnell bring out with the Ice Hand? Let's see how long it takes to summon the fire. Okay. I thought he was going to take... It's like, how long do you take to summon a fire hand out of your deck? But I get it. He was deciding whether he wanted to summon it. No, you summon in defense mode. You don't want to crash because you're not going to get anything. Yeah, you definitely summon in defense mode. All right. So I think Denis is playing the cat deck, which doesn't main deck hands, but I think he sides them. All right, so he Karkars. Now again, Donnell's going to set 5. So yeah, these hat mirror matches are definitely a grind. Look at this, 5 back rows each. This is one of the reasons why I don't want to play hat. This does not look... This does not look easy. Like having to grind through each other's 5 back rows. I know some people enjoy this type of game, and me, nah. I mean, not really my thing. Yeah. I don't mind going up against a 5 back row deck, but like we're both doing the same thing? No, not mine. But playing against it is fine. Like if I'm playing like a combo deck, like a Sylvans, a Mermail deck, a Dragon Ruler deck, yeah, I don't mind playing through the 5 back rows, but not in the mirror. Okay, so let's see what Donnell's debating on switching the Fire Hand and decides to pass. I just gotta call out Donnell to see if he plays too slow. That's my argument. But so far, he's doing fine. Okay, so here comes a Sanctum from Donnell. Again, Donnell's never won a hat tournament. We'll see if he can pull it off today. I think he's been playing Sylvans the few times he's entered, and I think he's rusty because I played him in the mirror match a few times, and Sylvan's can be a little tricky to play at times. All right, so moral attack, and here Dennis is going to activate Trap Triple Nightmare on Moral Attack. Wiretap? No. Now Dennis passes back to Donnell. Switches Firehand to attack. So this time he is going to crash the Firehand into the Murmileo. Nothing to pop, so he's not going to get Ice Hand out of his deck. But what's his set monster? Is it an Ice Hand? It must be another Fire Hand, right? It's the only thing I can think of it being is another Fire Hand, right? And Dennis checking his back rows. Didn't he double card him? So Dennis is up a lot of cards. Yeah, he double card him. But again, Dennis has been in the finals for Hat 7 times. 7 times. 1-4, lost 3. Who did he lose to, though? He lost to Cam once. He lost to Boujans once. And there was another one he lost. Might have been to Geargia, I think. Yeah, I know it was Boujans and Cat, and I think his other loss was to Geargia, maybe? No. Must have been some other Hat player. I can't remember. I'd have to go look it up. Who else did he lose to in the finals? I know Cam and Boujans, and there was one other one he lost to. It must have been someone else playing Hat. Oh, they're both taking a while. Okay, let's go look it up. Hat format finals. All right, so Dennis just sets a 5th back row. Oh, yeah, it was Hat. It was Hat. He lost to Creighton. So him and Creighton have played in the finals twice. And they've gone 50-50. So here comes call from Dennis. Targets Traptrix Murmileo. When we knew he had the call, he popped duality to like early, right? So Murmileo's going to pop one of Donnell's spells and traps. He's going to roll the dice. 4. See, some people, they re-roll the 6. I usually just count 6 as 1. Okay, so he hits the Moral Attack, which is not going to activate because it was during Donnell's turn. Dennis called during the end phase. I think they both borrowed these decks. I know Dennis definitely did. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was pretty obvious that one was a Fire Hand. Because if it was Ice Hand, he would have been trying to pop. He would have done something with it by now. So now he's going to get out an Ice Hand in defense mode. I've never liked these Spellground mats. Not really my thing. I know those Magic Spellgrounds are expensive, but not really my thing. This mat that Donnell's playing on my mat, but that mat was a gift from Epik, so that's why I play on it. Otherwise, I just play with like whatever. But my mat's getting beat up. I might have to switch to a different mat. Okay, so it looks like Dennis sets a 5th back row. Donnell switches Ice Hand to attack mode, hits Dennis. And he's gonna Cyclone, target. If it's a Moral Attack, he's gonna have to pop the. Well, he doesn't have to pop the Ice Hand, right? So he gets Beagle Tack, Special Summon Beagle Tack. Beagle Tack Special Summons itself. It's gonna pop 1 or 2, and here Donnell's gonna Traptrix Triple Nightmare the Beagle Tack. Continue the attack with Ice Hand for 14. So we're at 66, 78. Now Donnell sets 2 more back rows. Yeah, I can't play Hat. So we're going to have our Hat Players Championship coming up in a few days. Now, you guys won't see it for a while because I'm still trying to catch up with Hat. But I'll probably catch up because I'm going out of town for RBTLA and YCS Orlando next month. So after that, I should be able to catch up. But as far as the Players Championship goes, after that, I think I'm going to switch decks. I've been playing Sylvans for months, kind of getting tired of it. So now I know Donnell should be there for the Players Championship. We have the top 8 players with the most points. Dennis and Donnell both qualified, but I'm not sure if Dennis is going to make it. We'll see. I hope he does. So here, Dennis, Pot of Dualities for Soul Charge, Ignition, and Maxi. So he adds Soul Charge. I think Dennis barely had enough points. He just didn't play enough. Yeah, was tied for 8th place with when the points. Well, Donnell was 6th. They had the same amount of points. It was close between Donnell. Yeah, Donnell was 6th. Denis was 8th. So Denis sets 2 more back rows. He has a soul charge in his hand. Passes back to Dnasty. I don't think Dnasty has a special. You know, some of you guys watch Edison, maybe the Dnasty special, the Shura Whirlwind, but Donnell does not have a special in Hat. Okay, so here, I thought he was going to get Torrential, but if he gets Torrential, at least Ice Hand will activate. So, Ice Hand attacks. Here comes Cyclone. So, our Players' Championship is going to be Hat format this time. The past 3 Players' Championships have been Edison, but this season is going to be Hat. Again, the people who qualified were Denis, Donnell, Creighton, Toby, Nate, Ryan, myself, and Jimmy. But Jimmy already told me he's not going to make it, so he's not going to be participating in the Players' Championship. We'll see, for those of you guys who are wondering. It is going to be this Friday, but the tournament, the videos won't be up for a while. So here, Donnell warnings the Moral Attack effect and continues the attack, and here comes Sanctum from Denis. Moral Attack's going to pop the Ice Hand. Donnell's going to chain breakthrough skill. Nah, you can't use that if it was sent there this turn. Yeah, he can't. So does he have something to stop the Moral Attack? Yeah, Moral Attack pops Ice Hand. Ice Hand pops his last back row, which is a Moral Attack. So a Moral Attack's going to special summon itself. Well played by Denis. Ignitioning his Moral Attack, and then the Ice Hand pops the other Moral Attack, so... yeah. And Donnell's like with 4 cards. Denis has like a full hand. Yeah, this is looking good for Denis. All right, attack for 42. Let's see. So this duel is sped up quite a bit. So some people I know in the past have complained about how Denis shuffles. This duel is almost all the duels I speed them up because I don't want the videos to go over. Yeah, I don't want the videos to go over 30 minutes. My goal is to keep them between like 16 to 24 minutes. Sometimes they go over, like in this situation we went over, because it's Donnell, of course. Like all of Donnell's matches are always longer. It's rare when we get a short Donnell video. All right, so here comes Sanctum from Donnell. Denis chains Maxi to the Sanctum. So if he tries to Beagle Tack him, he's going to draw a few cards. So let's see. Oh, he does go for the Beagle Tack. He does not care. Now you have to pop at least minimum 1 with Beagle Tack. So pop Moral Attack. So Denis is going to get 2 cards. But at least Denis can't attack, and then you're not afraid of him. Yeah, it's minimum 1. You have to pop 1. And now Moral Attack. He crows the Moral Attack, so he's not going to draw off a Maxi. But at least he can't attack. But Donnell's in trouble. Look, he's got Beagle Tack, 1 back row, 1 card in hand. Denis could go for Pallades if he wants to. We'll see what he decides to do. So he decides to just burn the Beagle Tack. And Denis still has Soul Charge as a follow-up, so... now he sets 3. Yeah, I think this game's over. End phase ignition. Oh, I forgot. Did Donnell remember to skip his battle phase? Oh, I don't think it mattered. Because he was like setting monsters and stuff. So ignition's the call. Is going to set an artifact. Oh, Scythe. Donnell's on Scythe. That card is still banned in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! That card was ahead of its time. I remember in 2014 I was actually playing it in my deck when it first came out, because I was like, this card's insane. But people didn't really catch on until like later. I can't remember what format it was that people finally caught on. Maybe it was Zodiac format. That's when people finally caught on. I think that's when it was. It was Zodiac format. I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Around that time. I quit playing a Nats in 2016. But then I remember I played a little bit of Zodiac because my friends were telling me, hey, come play Zodiac. It's an easy format. And I was like, okay. That was like the last YCS I entered. Yeah, it was the last YCS I entered, where I was playing, advanced. I've played Time Wizard, but I haven't played a YCS since then. All right, so here comes Soul Charge for Beagle Tack and Moral Tack, leaving Donnell at 300. So if he can stop this, he might just burn you for game. But I think Donnell has to go for it. I think his hand is bad. Was he going to go for Pallades or his own Volcasaurus? Let's see what he decides to do. So he decides to go for his own Volk. Now, you can't attack, but he breakthrough skills. This is why I think he should have gone for... I think he should have gone for Pallades. Yep, he should have gone for Pallades. That was just risky. He can also Nightmare you. You could have gone Pallades, and he breakthrough skills you, but then you can just bounce it during your turn. Yeah, that was a small error from Don. But then he just breakthrough skill you again, so I guess it didn't matter what Donnell did. Yeah, it didn't matter. He was losing. But I think Pallades plays around Nightmare. If he goes Pallades, doesn't use the effect until Dennis's turn. I think that's what Donnell should have done. He should have just gone Pallades, waited for Dennis's turn. You play around Nightmare that way, and then if he has breakthrough skill, you're losing no matter what. So, all right, game 2. Long game 1. But to be fair, honestly, I'm not gonna roast Donnell there. That was not neither one of them played too slow. It's just that was just this matchup. Normally I go in on Donnell for playing slow, but I'm not gonna roast him for that game. Why didn't he use duality? Why are you showing the duality? Why didn't you activate it? Why didn't he activate duality? What the heck? I'm confused. Why not activate it? I'm sure Donnell is going to defend himself and give us a reasoning. Here comes card from Dennis. I mean, maybe he could have drew something to stop this card off that duality. Okay, so let's see. He's going to ignition one of the back rows. I thought he was going to ignition his own back row. So he ignitions the Moral Tack. Maybe he has like a Sanctum. He's playing a Beagle Tack. Pop the card, or a Cyclone, something like that. Yeah, Sanctum, Beagle Tack. But if Dennis has a Crow, this is going to stop this play completely. Unless if he has 2. So pop Moral Tack. No Crow from Dennis. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty good for Donnell. Because, like, he can make Pallades. Bounce back to Myrmidon. I hate when people do that play against me because it's so good. It's such a good move. Okay, let's see. Will Donnell just attack? Are you afraid of Mirror Force? So he's going to XYZ summon first. So today on DB, I walked into a Mirror Force against a Dragon Turbo player game 1 because I'm thinking, you're playing Dragon Turbo. You don't play Mirror Force. And he got me with Mirror Force game 1. And it cost me the game. And I could have played around it. And I was kicking myself. I was like, oh, God, I could have just played around it. I was so dumb. Like, I had game. If I just go for... It was game with Brio. And I didn't go for Brio. Because I was like, I didn't believe he had Mirror Force. But lesson learned. You never know. But luckily, I still won game 2 and 3. Because game 3, he bricked with Dragon Turbo. Weird. Okay, so here, Donnell goes for Durandal. Donnell loves that card. I don't know. Pallades seemed pretty good, too, to me. I don't know. I probably would have gone Pallades. Now he can negate this effect. So he chose not to negate Myrmidon's effect. So he's asking which ones, the new ones, because Dennis is probably going to go for the old one. Yeah, he's probably going to go for the old one. So he searches Bottomless off Myrmidon. Okay. Attacks. Tries to crash Myrmidon. Now, Donnell's going to shuffle his hand. Donnell might do the hand shuffle. No, he sets the Bottomless. Sets the 4th back row. So he doesn't. Sets 5. or thinks about send 5. So he passes back to Donnell. Dennis probably doesn't want to clog his back rows, so he attacks with Durandal. Does Durandal play around Sanctum? What does Durandal... See, I have to read it too. Dennis has to read it as well. I don't know exactly Durandal's effect, because most of the time people don't summon it. So here, Dennis can activate Call. Bring back Moral Attack. Yeah, I just remember, like, you shuffle hands. Let's see. You can attach one material from this card. Each player with a hand shuffles their entire hand to the deck. Then they draw the same number of cards they shuffle. See, I knew that effect. They're both quick effects. When a monster effect is activated on the field, or when a normal spell or trap card is activated, you can attach one material from this card. The activated effect becomes destroy one spell and trap card your opponent controls. Okay, so it doesn't negate it. So I guess this is a good play because it stops Sanctum. So Donnell finally plays a duality. So he chose to bottomless the Moral Attack. Why? I don't get it. Oh, Dennis had breakthrough skill. Okay, I see. Dennis had breakthrough skill. Sorry, I was reading Durandal. I kind of got a little distracted. So here comes Dionea. He's gonna pop the middle one. He knows what it is. Oh, I thought he was gonna go for the old one, right? So he goes from the old one, which is debunk. Okay. Attack Murmileo for 100. So we're at 79.29. Now, will Dennis XYZ summon into what? 101? 101 seems pretty good. I think he might go. I've seen a lot of people go 101 in the mirror. I think he might go 101. And no, he decides to pass. So Donnell's got 4 cards to Dennis's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're pretty even in cards. I think it was thanks to like Donnell stopping the card turn 1 was a huge deal. So Donnell sets a third back row. Dennis might just poke him. Yeah, poke him for 16. Sanctum. Oh no, Cyclone. Okay. What's he going to target? Target. Hits Dennis's Beagle attack. Donnell brings out Scythe. So now Dennis won't be able to go into his extra deck. Here, Dennis bottomlesses the Scythe. And then hits him for 33, leaving Donnell at 46. Now Dennis sets 1. Yeah, this is not looking good. Soul Charge! Soul Charge! So, each format has their Soul Charge card, right? In Edison, it's Brain Control. In Tengu, people say it's Monster Reborn. And then in Goat, what is it in Goat? BLS, Snatch Steal, Graceful, Delinquent Duo. They got like 4 of them in Goat format. I don't know. When your opponent Gracefuls you and they discard Sinister and Thunder Dragon, it's pretty devastating, man. In honestly, I think BLS might be worse than Reborn in Tengu. BLS is pretty good and is insane. All right, so here, Dennis is going to Ignition Donnell's Moral Attack. Sets 1. Now Donnell can go into... No, he can't attack as a Soul Charge. So will he go Pallades? Did he pop a back row for Murmileo? Did he forget to pop a back row? Oh, no, I think he hit the Ignition. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he hit the Ignition. That's why Dennis chained it. Okay, I was confused. Yeah. Sorry. So he goes Pallades. I guess Dennis can't make Exciton, so you can just Pallades. If Dennis tries to make a... Was this worth it? I don't know. Was this worth it? He grabs Nightmare. I'm not sure if this was worth it. So he's going to Pallades back the Murmillo. Dennis remembers the breakthrough skill. Maybe this is why he did it, because Dennis had the breakthrough skill in the graveyard. I was thinking maybe Donnell should have just Volcasaurus'd him. Yeah, maybe Donnell should have just gone for the Volcasaurus. Burn him for 17. And instead of the Pallades, because, like, Pallades, you bounce the Murmillo. You let him get another Trap Hole card. Yeah, you let him get another Trap Hole card. And then now he can still make the rank 4, and he used the breakthrough skill on your Pallades. Yeah, maybe Donnell was better off just going for Volcasaurus. And here he Nightmares the 101. Now Dennis sets 3. Maybe this is why he did it, because he had the Nightmare. Is he skipping his battle phase because of Ignition? Yeah, I think he had to skip his battle phase because of Ignition. Here comes Pot of Dichotomy. Why'd he fist bump him? I don't know. I guess because I think because Donnell loves that card. I don't know. You'd have to ask Donnell. I mean, this tournament was January 4th, so this was almost 3 weeks ago. Guys, I will catch up on Hat. I'm behind on every format, but I'm definitely way further behind on Hat. All right, so here comes Card Car. Oh, I remember what happens. So here Dennis draws 2. Donnell's looking at his extra deck, fanning his graveyard. Checking Dennis's graveyard. Oh, he's going to go into M7. What's his Snap Monster? A hand? Flip summons Fire Hand. Battle phase, attack with Fire Hand. So they are getting close to time. And right now, Dennis is ahead in life points. So he MSTs his Moral Attack. Waiting to see if Donnell's got a DD Crow. Brings out Moral Attack. Pop the Pallades. Does Donnell have a breakthrough skill? No breakthrough. I think he's looking for a breakthrough skill. So Moral Attack is good. Now Donnell's going to try to maybe crash the Fire Hand. Yes, Fire Hand crash into Moral Attack. Should Dennis have brought it out in defense mode? It would it have changed anything? Let's see. 14. If he brings it out defense mode, 29. Donnell took 5, 16. Oh yeah, Dennis is showing. He drew his last artifact, so he couldn't do anything. Yeah, that's why he's showing the camera that he lost because he drew his last artifact. So Donnell went. So it was a draw. Yeah, it was a draw because Dennis won game 1. Donnell was higher in life when time was called during game 2. So yeah, draw, which is not too bad because this tournament was how many rounds? I think it was either 3 rounds. It was top 8. This tournament was top 8, but I think it was 3 rounds cut to top 8. I'm pretty sure. I don't think we had 4 rounds of Swiss. Yes, I'm pretty sure it was 3 rounds cut to top 8, or it might have been 4 rounds top 8. We'll see. Again, my memory is fuzzy. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that match. And check out the link in the description. I have a coupon code for 5% off Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles and product at Epic Cards and Games. The code is my first and last name, Oscar Zelaya, one word, all caps. And yep, I'll see you guys next time.